The DMC is going to take a group ride out to Lake Camanche today. Beautiful. And we're going to test out the Cardos. We've got one more bike to pick up, so let's head on over and get started.
Are you guys on? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes?
Cardo,
Hello?
audio.
I hear you. Cardo, unmute.
Hey, Cardo.
Yeah,
I
that's
knew-
good.
Oh, there it is. Oh.
How do you usually you put your head? Like that way or down? A little bit down or up?
How come mine's low now?
How come yours is what?
Everybody's more quiet.
Because you muted it.
Hey, Cardo, unmute.
Unmute audio.
Hey, Cardo, unmute audio.
Hey Stacia, how do you do the volume thing?
On your phone?
Yeah, moment.
What?
Oh yeah, the other one came on.
You're already on.
The
You're already
full
next.
first.
Oh.
Already up against it.
I'm Sal at Decco Ranch. Let the ride begin. Okay, we are headed out now, the 5 of us, to Lake Camanche. This is our first time with the Cardos. There is an app on our iPhones, and one person sets up the app and pairs everybody else into it. It's a mesh network. You can have up to 15 riders. So the 5 of us are headed out. Ninja is on the Black Rebel. That's the one with the GoPro right now. I'm on my Blue Rebel. Stacy is on her Silver Rebel. These are the 3 2020 Honda Rebel 500s that we got in April. Ziggy is on his Honda CBR500R, and our Harley girl is on the Kawasaki Vulcan S 650. She doesn't want to ride anything else because that Vulcan reminds her the most of her Harley Sportster 1200. So when she comes down to ride with us, she prefers that Vulcan. So we are off and running. Now we are chatting the entire time on the way. You can't tell, but we are. Everybody's hearing what everybody else says. Normally, when you're out riding, you're by yourself, you're alone. Even when you're riding in a group, you're riding alone. Everything's quiet. But here, you hear what everybody else is saying, and we have a constant banter going on, which is really cool. So we're having a good time learning about the Cardos. We are going to cover some of the specifications on the Cardo. We've got a lot to cover here, but I'm hoping that you can just kind of join in the ride with us so that as we go along the ride and enjoy the scenery, you also get to hear some of the specs. But in the meantime, like I said, there's a lot of banter going on.
Can you hear me?
A lot of the banter that goes on will be about things that are happening around us, things that somebody might want us to see, take a look at this, or this is coming up, or be careful of this rut in the road, different things like that, or even talking about some of the vehicles that we pass by and some of the things that they're doing, or when we should be careful of something. So these Cardos really are super cool to have, and we're enjoying them, and they are very helpful for us. But this is a long ride. It makes it go by a lot quicker. And right now, we're just about to hop onto the first highway of 2 highways. We've got to go up 88 and then 12. And the sign that we just passed back there said, take a right towards Lake Camanche, South Shore. There's South Shore and North Shore. We're headed to South Shore. It's got the nice curves. Well, actually, both of them have great curves, but South Shore's where we're headed today. Let's talk about the Cardos. We use Cardo PackTalk Slim. There's also the Cardo PackTalk Bold, but we chose the Slim because we want smaller sizes on our helmet. It does take up space on your helmet, and it will make your helmet a little bit tighter. They're not cheap. In fact, since we've been buying them, and we buy 2 at a time on Amazon, the prices dropped from maybe $430 for 2 down to $400 for 2 now. And like I said, we buy them by the 2 packs. So you can have from 2 to 15 people on the mesh network. During this time, while you're on, you can take phone calls just by using your voice. You can listen to music. Nobody else on the network will hear your phone calls, and nobody else on the network will hear your music. Of course, they may see you bebopping around to the rhythm of the music and know something's up, but they won't hear anything on your side. Once you're no longer on the phone, you can hear everything that's going on the network once again, and everybody can hear you once again. It's at this point that we realize some of us had not fueled up, so we decided, oops, stop here, let's turn around, and before we head up to the lake, let's just turn around and fuel up.
Ziggy, can I switch bike the rest of the trip? Can I switch bike for the rest of the trip? Cool. Thank you.
We turned around at this point. Our Harley girl Karen knows the area around Valley Springs and knew that there was a fuel station just a couple blocks further down the line here. So we all took off, and Ninja on the CBR500 took off like a jet. And you can hear her laughing as she goes. She's having a good time. Everybody's having a good time. It's just fun. So the service station is right there. We descend on it like a little pack of locusts. We just kind of come in, and I'm sure people are rolling their eyes thinking, oh my God, bikers coming in. But we're just out having a good time like everybody else. As we head over to fuel up, we just kind of get in line and everybody runs off the same pump. It makes it a lot easier that way, and it makes it a lot quicker. So one person pays and everybody fuels up. Now, you don't have to do it that way, but that's the way we like to do it because we're all in a group anyway. We're all part of the same family, Decco family. Not a big deal. So we're done fueling up. We're back on the road. Our Harley girl is waiting for us. She's going to lead the path, and we are off and running, headed back to where we had turned around initially so that we could continue on up to Lake Camanche. We're on the last leg of our journey here, headed up to the lake, and this is where the fun starts once we head back onto Camanche Parkway. So right up here is the turn, and I'm just pointing this out because as we make this turn, Ninja is now in her element. She's on the sport bike, the Honda CBR500R. She's about to pass me here. There she goes. I'm not going to be that close to her again until we get to the lake. Now watch her. And I'm usually the one, I like pulling up the rear because I've got the GoPro. But Ninja takes off on the CBR500R. She is passing everybody, and she's gone. And she's having fun. We could hear her laughing through the Cardo headsets. So back to the Cardo. You can mute and unmute Cardo, which people did off and on. If you get out of range, once you get back into range, it automatically reconnects you. And this is something that is a really cool feature. You don't have to hit any buttons. You don't have to do anything. If you're back in range, you automatically connect again, and you're right back hearing everyone again. So it's not a big deal. And I mention that because we hit the hills through there, and as we hit those hills and turning around it, which I really didn't show you much there, but that's because I didn't want this video to be too long. So as we were hitting the hills, we were losing service, and then it would come back on, and you pick them right back up again through the mesh network. Super, super cool feature. There are other reasons that we went with the Cardo. One of them is the JBL speakers. They are supposed to be the premier speakers on the market. I haven't compared with anything else, but the reviews say nothing beats the JBL speakers. So that's a big reason that we went with Cardo. Another is that Cardo does really well, supposedly, in the rain. And that was a big deal. If anything gets wet, we want to know we're safe. So we have arrived at the front gate of Lake Camanche, South Shore. And we're just going to take a little time out here. We really didn't want to see the lake. All we really wanted to do was have the ride there, because that's the fun part. Even after we parked the bikes, we're still just chatting away, because with the Cardos, you don't have to flip your visors up, you don't have to take your helmets off, you hear everything perfectly. So we're going to kick back here for a while.
You guys want water?
Anybody ever wonder why I have saddlebags on the bikes? Stacy and I, we are using the saddlebags, and we will be pulling water out of them shortly. Anything that we want, that we might want on the ride, we throw in those saddlebags. We took this time for our refreshments, and we decided this was a beautiful time for a photo op. We wanted to show, yes, we were at Lake Camanche South Shore. So now you get a few seconds to look at our group photo, all except for me. And then I did a walk around, because I'm the one taking the picture, of course. So I did the walk around to show you all the bikes there. One of the rangers came by, waved to us as they passed.
Okay, is it hear better? Can you hear me better?
It's when it's outside of it, it doesn't sound any better, but it picks up wind noise while you're riding.
The Cardo comes with a microphone that attaches from the side of your helmet and goes across right in front of your mouth. So you want to make sure that, particularly if you're wearing a modular helmet, that it stays inside of your helmet and doesn't get below your chin guard where you're starting to pick up wind noise.
Be like right there. That's all.
But
I don't know.
mine has a separate key for to unlock the wheel.
Because it's Harley.
Oh. That's why she likes the Vulcan. It reminds her of her Harley.
By this time, everybody's getting hungry. We're going to head on back and find ourselves a restaurant.
Okay, Karen, take us to a place.
Is that place where we're going? Or we're going up higher?
It's a real Mexican place there? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Oh my God, Ziggy's bike. Right back there, right, Karen? She says there's a real restaurant.
No, I'm in the back. You're good. Oh, Karen will go up there. She'll lead it. Okay, Karen.
One of the nice things with the Cardo PackTalks, and we use the Slim, not the Bold, is that once you have paired with somebody's app, and it's all controlled by the apps, once you've been paired on an app, you no longer have to pair on that app again. You're on. If somebody new comes in, they will have to pair, but that will just add on to all what's already existing. And remember, you can only have 15 going at any given time. Stacy was able to add the Cardo Slim to all of our helmets, and we have a diverse group of helmets in our mix. Some of them didn't fit great, but she made it. There's two ways that they can fit, and she used both of those methods depending on which helmet it was, and even the positioning was different on different helmets. So that worked out great. Apparently Cardo does have an online list of what does work. You have to go to their website and you can find it to see if your helmet works on it. But even if your helmet's not listed there, you can still use it and make it work. And if it works great, just let them know that they can add that helmet to their website as well. There's an intercom function that we didn't use, and that's something where you can talk to an individual rider where everybody else on the network cannot hear. You can also set up your Bluetooth through it and use Siri, but I don't think Siri is quite as sensitive to the voice through the helmet as Cardo is. Just something we noticed. Okay, our Harley girl has led us to the Mexican restaurant. Now the odd thing is, this Mexican restaurant also has pizza. But that's okay. We are up for anything at this point. we are hungry. So we're going to go ahead and get the bikes parked. We're not even sure if it's open. So once we do get them parked, then I'll walk up there and check and make sure that the place is open and that we can sit inside. So they are open. I came back. Everybody's setting up. I'm going to go ahead and show you a picture now. This is us after we're parked and before we ate. We are done with our meal. Had a really great meal there. On our way out the door, the owner actually came out and invited us to come back again. That was really cool. So we are headed for home. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit the subscribe button, then hit that bell for notifications of future videos. In the meantime, ride safe and keep your horses moving. Thank you for watching.